Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Kelly Sparks. Tonight, I have a special treat. One of my favorite movie characters of all time. This is Ron Burgundy Blended Scotch Whisky. Great, great Odin's Raven. So I was going through a small liquor store on the outskirts of in rural East Texas, and I saw this one, and it was $24. So I just felt compelled to buy it. So this is Ron Burgundy Blended Scotch Whiskey, Great Odin's Raven Special Reserve. So, everybody knows who Ron Burgundy is. I don't know how to put this, but my Ron Burgundy blended Scotch whiskey is kind of a big deal. Named in honor of me, award-winning anchorman, poet, and Scotch aficionado, Ron Burgundy. This exceptional blended Scotch whiskey contains grain and mature malt Scotch whiskies from Speyside, Highlands, and Islay. The result is a complex, rich fruit flavor and long finish. I hope you enjoy this smooth Scotch whiskey as much as I do. And remember, stay classy. Oh, it's hilarious. I'm glad we can have fun doing these. I got a website pulled up, Master of Malt. Their description says, I love Scotch. Scotchy Scotch Scotch. Here it goes down into my belly. Ron Burgundy. As a man who loves a glass of Scotch almost as much as he does poetry and his dear friend Baxter, who better to name a blended Scotch whiskey in his honor of than award-winning anchorman and jazz flautist Ron Burgundy. It's a classy blend featuring grain and malt whiskeys from the Highlands, Speyside, and Islay. Ron Burgundy's signature serve is 3 fingers of Scotch with a little bit of pepper and some cheese. But we're sure this would be suitable for a Manhattan if you kick the vermouth in the side with a pair of steel-toed boots. This delicious expression is presented in a glass cage of emotion, struck through. And a very handsome bottle. It really doesn't smell too bad. It smells like a budget blended Scotch. I get a faint hint of smoke. I'm kind of wondering where in Islay they got their malt from. It's really not bad at all. That's almost like I think it's almost like Johnny Walker Black. I'm getting a little bit of pepper on the back end. You really can't. Got a sweetness to it. Probably from the grain, whatever single grain. Usually whenever you see a single grain whiskey, more often than not, I'm pretty sure they use corn. It could be just distilled corn whiskey or spirit. But then you've got other grains that they use. I know a lot of Irish distilled grain whiskeys are corn, like the Teeling single grain. It's predominantly corn. So it has a surprisingly long finish to it for a blended whiskey. It's only 40% ABV. The nose really doesn't give you much. It just smells like Scotch. I mean, all in all, for a $25 bottle, $25 bottle of just blended Scotch, it's not bad. I mean, it's surprisingly tasty. Probably would go good in a Manhattan. Might have to do another video series of just different drinks. Like if this one's recommended to put in a Manhattan, or what is it, a Rob Roy? I can't remember. Might do a series on those. Do some mixed drinks. That's all right. Really not much more to say about this one. It doesn't have any tasting notes on the website, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. It's a budget Scotch, and for most budget blends, it's not bad at all. A little bit less expensive than Johnny Walker Black, probably roughly the same price as Johnny Walker Red. Yeah, pick it up, try it, let me know. I thought it was funny. Thought y'all might get a kick out of it, but I'll put this in a decanter and serve it to people and tell them it's a 30-year-old Scotch. But I think that's all I got on this one. Short and sweet. Novelty whiskey. That's what it is. Yeah, that's it. So check out, hey, don't forget to check out Bearded Idiots podcast. We'll have, we dropped episode 25 on Sunday. We'll have episode 26 next week. It's so embarrassing. Don't forget, if you can, check out my Patreon. Donate as little as $1 a month. We're going to start putting Patreon-only content up. So those of you who are donating to it will get to see it. Like I said before in a previous video, I think Gene and myself, when we do the next bottle kill, we'll do like a small clip, maybe somewhere in the middle, and then we'll upload the full video to the Patreon. So gotta try to recoup some of my money. But if you feel if you feel in your heart that you say, you know what, I like what this guy's doing, I'm going to donate a little bit. Hey, I'd be happy if everybody gave $1. It'd help out tremendously. Got to keep the lights on around here. Bonnie's hungry. I need to feed her. So, like always, drink some whiskey, share with your friends and family, and be safe.